Hello, friends. There's a few things that happened in sports over the last few days that I really wanted to touch on. The first is Bianca Andreescu's run at this year's Wimbledon tournament. Bianca's been plagued with injuries and difficulties since she won the U.S. Open back in 2019, and more recently has been making a comeback and going deeper and deeper in tournaments. And Wimbledon is a great example of that. And on the weekend, she was up against Ons Jabeur and was up winning the first set. I think it was 6-3, and then losing the second set. And then at 4-all in the third set, I think she was up, it might have been 30-30, and she double faulted to make it 30-40, and then went on to lose that game and ultimately the match. And earlier in the week, she did an interview, and I'd like to just share with you what she said there. So in that interview, she said, "I really wanted to go for it because when I'm very passive and hesitant, that's when I don't play my best tennis. So I said, F it. And I just went for it. And that's literally when I play my best tennis. And I just have to keep gaining that confidence of continuously going for it." And I mean, you could obviously see the passion with what she believes, what she's saying is true, and her view of the world and how it works. I see it a little bit differently. When I think about her being passive or hesitant, I see that as her being caught up in contaminated thinking. She's not playing, she's thinking, she's up in her head. She's not tapping into her natural skills and abilities and innate capacities. And when she says F it, really what's happening is she's falling out of all that thinking and letting go and falling into clarity. And in a clear mind, she performs at her best because there's nothing getting in the way. And when it comes to her talking about gaining confidence, what I've learned recently and seen for myself is that confidence isn't something that we have to gain. Confidence is already there. It's what's getting in the way of confidence, which is insecure thinking. So you don't have to gain confidence. You just have to lose your insecure thinking. And when she says F it, basically, she's tossing aside all that insecure thinking, and what's left is confidence. And I was trying to think of a metaphor for this. It's kind of like darkness, right? Like if there's no light, then the world would be in complete darkness. So darkness is the absence of light, just like confidence is actually the absence of insecure thinking. Anyway, just quite an interesting take on that. And I see this progression with Bianca as she's figuring this stuff out and what works for her. And she's getting out of her own way, so to speak. So I wish her well as she moves forward. And the other thing I want to talk about was last night in the Major League Baseball Homerun Derby as part of the All-Star festivities. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Toronto Blue Jay, of course, was in the Home Run Derby, vying to be the first to ever have a father and son duo win the Home Run Derby. His father won it back in, I think it was 2007, something like that. Anyway, he was up against some pretty stiff competition. And the cool thing with the Home Run Derby is it's both a physical contest and a mental contest. And it's not just for the batters. Each batter has their own pitcher who is throwing in the pitches. And, you know, I don't know what you'd say the equation is, if it's like 90-10 or 80-20, 70-30, 50-50, whatever. But certainly the quality of the pitching plays a role in how many home runs each of these batters can hit. And as I'm sitting there watching, I can almost imagine the mental gymnastics that both the pitcher and the batter are going through. You know, it's a timed event. They're up against the clock. They battle it out in pairs. So the first batter goes up and he sets a mark of how many home runs in that allotted time. And then the next batter goes up, and now they know what number they need to beat. And as that clock is ticking down, they know I got to hit 10 more homers. I got to hit 5 more homers. I need 1 more homer. And you can see them grinding away. And it's almost like if they can drop out of their thinking, like I was just talking about with Bianca, and just relax into a groove. And you can see them when they hit a groove, both the pitcher and the batter. And it's just the ball's coming in the exact same spot. Boom, home run. next ball, boom, home run, next ball, boom, home run. That's when you know they're in clarity and they're in the groove. Anyway, congratulations to Vladdy Jr. As a Toronto Blue Jay fan, super stoked that the Blue Jays get represented at the All-Star game and get to win something like the Homerun Derby. And hopefully that carries over into the second half of the season with Vladdy's production at the plate. Anyway, until next time, thanks for joining me. We'll see you soon.